Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy. Going back into the kitchen, it looks like we have unlocked a couple other galaxies. First one is Bubble Breeze. The other is Ghostly Galaxy, which is the next galaxy we're going to tackle. So let's get this thing a-rolling. Our first power star is going to be Luigi in the Haunted Mansion. That sounds kind of familiar. And it looks like our bro has been captured by the ghost in the Haunted Mansion. So if you played a lot of Mario games, I'm sure you can tell what this mission is referencing. It is, of course, Luigi's Mansion. Another wonderful game. That was another game of my childhood, and I'm glad that they reference it here. Yeah, so we've detected Luigi in this galaxy. So he's basically been captured by the ghost, and he is now a prisoner in the Haunted Mansion, which again is a nice reference to Luigi's Mansion. But we have the introduction of the Jacko-Goombas in this galaxy, and these are basically a variation of the regular Goomba enemies, except they take on a little bit of a jack-o'-lantern form with hence the jack-o'-lanterns on their heads. And then of course we take care of this guy, because he's running away from us. We have the Spanglers, and these are the little spider guys that are slinging down from the webs here. So this is another introduction of another new enemy. This one's a brand new enemy, unlike the Goombas, of course. We want to avoid this chain chomp ball rolling towards us here. And we have a nice little, cool little twisty walkway here into the mansion. And as you can see, I want to go ahead and hit that lever over here, and that'll make this light appear. So as you can see, we have the return of the Boos. So these, of course, are a very popular Mario enemy in many other Mario games. And as you know, if you played Super Mario World, if you are facing the Boos, they will not go after you. If you turn your back to them, that's when they will. It looks like we have a Toad in these boxes. Ghosts hate the light. So yes, so we are actually going to be getting various collectibles. And as you can see, the Boos actually hide the collectibles in their bodies. And this one has a key, which is actually the one we need. But in order to obtain the collectibles within the Boos, you have to get them to follow you into the light. And like I said, they will only follow you if you're facing away from them. So you just want to get close to the light over here that's swinging and get the Boo to follow you into it, and he will release the key, which is what we need to proceed on. As you can see, the door is now open because for some reason keys in this galaxy or in this game work in a really weird way, where if you just pick them up, the door automatically opens by magic. It's amazing, but we're in space, so we're not going to question it. We'll go ahead and take care of these Jacko-Goombas, and it looks like we have some star chips to find. So as you can see, we already got 2 of them. Want to dodge that, or avoid that window with the gaping black hole. There's a couple of them there. That's kind of scary. You don't want to fall in there. Get these Jacko-Goombas out of our way, or we'll just stumble there a little bit. And we will get the 5th and final piece, which reveals a launch star. We're going to make our way towards that window without falling all the way through into the black hole. Very scary stuff. And we will launch on out of here and over to the next side of the mansion. But yes, I love that they are... so this is actually the first introduction of Luigi in the game. So he will actually make a return later on as well. In other galaxies, but you'll kind of see what he does. But as you can see here, he is in need of our help. So what's going on, brother? This guy is always getting himself in a jam. I'm surprised with all that experience from Luigi's Mansion that he's not able to get out of this one. As you can see, he is trapped in this little area here on the side of the mansion. So of course, like the good brother that we are, we're going to go ahead and save our bro. But what we need here is this key down here. So we use the pulse stars. If we can just jump down, grab it, pulsar our way up, even though I almost fell down all the way down there. And the next locked door opens for us. As you can see, we have more Boos and more spotlights. So we will need to continue on here. Let's see what this sign has to say. This is written in Booish, so it looks like we are actually not able to read that sign because it is a foreign language. Only Boos can understand. We grab this coin with the question mark on it. We get another ability, and it is Boo Mario. So Boo Mario is probably my favorite ability in the game. So basically now we are able to become transparent, which will allow us to basically fly through walls and various objects. And now we can read the sign. When in Boo form, basically just saying what I just said. Shake the Wii remote And that is actually going to make us transparent for a short amount of time, but it gives you an amount of time, plenty of time to travel through the different walls. As you can see, we have another mushroom there. If you do get caught in the spotlights, you actually return back to regular form. I can see Luigi does not recognize us as Boo Mario. What we want to do is become transparent, go through this wall, get caught in that spotlight. That'll return us to regular form, and we'll jump on over here, and we will greet our brother, Luigi. Bro, you finally came. I got lost with the toads. It was terrible, but I found a pot of stars, so that makes up for it, right? That's a horrible Luigi accent, but he allows us to receive first power star. So Luigi is actually coming in clutch right off the bat. I love it. Let's go home. Come on, bro. We got this. Look at you. You're just shaking in your boots, man. Come on. I guess you don't have your vacuum with you this time, so I guess things are a little bit scarier. This guy is just crazy. Look at him. But anyways, we'll grab our first power star of the galaxy in classic Mario Bros. Fashion. Go ahead and return back to the Comet Observatory and see what we have for us here. And we discovered yet again another new galaxy in the kitchen. We'll explore that here in a little bit. But first, welcome back. I can see your brother from here. If you ask him, I bet he'll help you search for power stars. I'm not so sure. And I'm sure he has a lot to tell you, so you should go speak to him over there by the garage. Alright, so yes, just like the Toad Brigade, Luigi will now follow us back to the Comet Observatory, where he will help us in our search for power stars. So Luigi is pretty helpful. Only a few times. He has 3 power stars that he actually helps you find, this being the first one. If you talk to him over here, bro, you're looking for power stars, right? Let me help. I think you might have missed one in the Gray Galaxy. If I find it, I will write you a letter. Keep your eyes peeled for us. Yes, once he finds power stars, we'll receive letters from him. Not sure how that works as far as the distribution center of mail in space, but we'll go with it anyways. He's helping us. Kind of nice. And we'll grab that one up and continue onwards. Back to the kitchen we go as we stumble all the way back. Heading back into Ghostly Galaxy, we are going to take on our second Power Star mission. And it is a very spooky sprint. As you can see, we have a little bit of a course here with nothing but pole stars and a Boo that looks like he's going to race us. Alright, so we are now landing back on this. Looks like we have a green star shroom now. That's something I forgot was here. The brigade members haven't come back. What are they up to? We will now take our launch star back over to beginning of the stage once again. And we have more Jackagoombas, more bats, and of course those lovely Spangler guys. We'll try to knock these guys out of here without dying the best that we can. But yeah, so Luigi being back again, he will help us find more power stars. But for now, he is pretty much, we're done kind of with him for now. We're kind of moving on forward. So as you can see, we have some pole stars here. That's going to actually get us warmed up for what we have to do in this mission, which can be kind of annoying, kind of frustrating. Not one of my favorite missions in the game compared to most of the others, but we'll see how this goes. Looks like we have a big Boo over there. It's a ghost. Yikes, this looks scary. We have some creepy looking trees. I kind of like those. They remind me of the trees in Paper Mario from the Forbidden Forest. Hehehe, so you're after it too. Well, you'll have to race me for it. Alright, so what we have to do is race this Boo for a power star. However, he has a little bit of advantage because he can easily just fly around in the sky, as we have to use the pole stars. So yes, so this is something where I kind of mentioned this in the beginning of the game, and I think I'm getting stuck on the outside here. I don't know why that happened. This is already not off to a great start, but basically what you have to do is utilize the pole stars to get through this race. So you have to be very quick on your feet, like I am not doing at all right now, because really the only really method I can think of this race is to just go fast and gain a lot of rhythm right at the gate. So if you are doing what I'm doing and you don't kind of gain a little momentum from the beginning, you're going to fail miserably. which is what makes this mission so frustrating. I don't think I've ever done this horrible before, and for some reason, I actually just started doing Let's Plays for the first time in 15 years, but I feel like every time I hit record, the Let's Play curse is definitely something that happens. And for some reason, I don't do as well as I usually do in my original playthroughs when I'm not recording, so that's awesome. But once you get to these pole star balls towards the end, that is going to indicate that you're getting towards the end of the race. As you can see, the Boo is clearly going to completely demolish us in this race. We have these spiky ball things, which this part's actually the most difficult, and I don't know why I just went right into it, but that is the reason why. If you hit those spiky balls and lose your rhythm, I didn't mean to do that, it'll actually send you flying all the way back through towards in the race, so you'll be kind of left in the dust pretty easily if you do mess up just a couple of times, which can make this frustrating, but we are going to finish this race very gracefully. We're not a quitter. We're going to finish no matter what happens. But it ends up that we lost. So we will have to do another rematch, or our first rematch. Hehehe, you suck. Just kidding. He didn't say that, but he might as well have. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and take this rematch because we failed epically the first time. So we're going to have to try it again. Like some of these star bits, add up to our total, get another 1-up, and we're going to go ahead and rematch this guy right here. And this time we're not going to fail miserably. Here we go. Alright, so as you can see, the best time is 1 minute and 30 seconds. If you're... Man, I really hope I don't lose this again. If you get a good rhythm at the beginning here, which looks like I might be able to actually do... You should be able to easily beat that time. It looks like I'm actually gaining a little bit of momentum here. So yeah, so basically the main method, really the only method again that I can think of is just be very quick, gain a really good rhythm here, and then you just want to continuously just pull yourself through these pole stars until you get towards the end where you have to kind of slow down a little bit. But this first part is pretty simple once you gain a little bit of traction in the beginning. Now, as you can see, we've already kind of blasted all the way towards the end here almost, and we've kind of left the Boo in the dust this time around, so that's great. And now we just have to avoid these spike balls. Can we do it? And it looks like we're going to. So it looks like we arrived towards the end of the course, and we have beaten the Boo. Now give me my prize, and it looks like we finished in 59 seconds, just under a minute. 59 seconds, huh? Well, I promise I'll take this power star. Alright, give me that thing like your little heart is desiring you to, and I don't know where I was going with that. Go on, take it and go! Well then, you can't treat us like that with your mouth open like that, you weirdo. Give me that power star. And that does it for the second power star of the galaxy. Alright, so looks like the mail toad has a letter from Luigi. Bro, I got a star, but now I can't get back. This picture shows where I am. Help me. So he is obviously in Good A Galaxy. We're not going to worry about that right now, but we will eventually get over there to helping him. Now heading back into Ghostly Galaxy, we're going to take on our third Power Star mission, which is Beware of Bouldergeist. This is actually going to be our next boss. Alright, so we're going to dive right back in and land again on top of the green star shroom. Looks like Captain Toad just having a good old time in there. Luigi was kidnapped by the monster that lives here. We know that, silly. We just saved the guy. Tell us something we don't know already, alright? Anyways, enough being rude. We're going to go ahead and continue onward. Luigi's Mansion, of course, one of the greatest games of all time. I love how they reference the game in this game. Knowing this game was actually released after Luigi's Mansion 1. But yeah, one of my favorite games of all time, as well as this one. So I love that they have that little connective tissue. Kind of being able to kind of mesh these two games together and give a little bit more, just kind of adding more to the overall story. Because it looks like we are going to die. I mean, there's one thing about a game that I love when it comes to the gameplay, the aesthetics, the story, just of individual games. But being able to, I think what I miss about the retro games, especially the Mario universe, is they were able to kind of mesh all the story together. And it felt like the games were kind of a continuation of one of the previous games that were released. You know what? I have news for you guys. You're going to spin out of control, and I'm going to get you out of here. And it looks like I could actually die again. We're just going to leave that third one alone because we've cleared enough of the path, and we really don't want to die here very embarrassingly. So let's continue onwards over the trail here. Gather some more coins, replenish our health, and we'll lose some more to the bats. That's amazing. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and re-enter the mansion. And as you can see, we have a little bit of a puzzle here. There's several different Bowser statues. Can't do anything with those with the spin attack. But then we have a Toad and some boxes here, because I guess that's what he likes to hang out in. But basically, what we have to do is shake the Wii remote to spin the Bomboos. So Bomboos, these are probably one of my favorite enemies in the game because they are very, just very smooth. Like when you grab a hold of one and you're swinging it around to break things, I just love the function of this. It just feels very smooth. You can destroy a lot of enemies and objects in your path, and we will actually be using these guys for our upcoming boss battle in this mission. So. But now what we want to do is break open that empty fireplace, and that'll reveal a launch star behind it, which actually leads us outside. Fly through that thing very amazingly. And we have more of these guys. These guys are Spoings, I believe, and then these are the Spanglers again. The Spoings basically just bounce up and down. The Spanglers drop down from webs. But it looks like we have a sling pod, which will sling us back up here, take care of that Jacko-Goomba, and we will continue slinging up here. This is where the boss is actually going to be. Get up to the sling star, that'll sling us up to this launch star, and we will have a merry old time up here. Alright, so looks like we have some blue star chips to collect and some Bomboos. Go ahead and blast some of these statues out of here. Grab this one up because it's right there. Jump into these sling pods, and we'll sling into these star chips so that way we can collect these for our pole stars that they will form into. And it looks like we almost just slung ourselves right into the black hole base, which was something we don't want to do. And as you can see, we have a launch star up there in that little planet up there on the left, so it looks like we're going to be going over there. And there they are, right in the path that I thought they would be. So what we want to do is get back over to those sling pods and sling ourselves over there. And up to this one, and voila! And we will pull ourselves right through into that launch star. Bada boom. Grab yet another one up because they just like handing them out like candy, like it's Halloween. I mean, we are in Ghostly Galaxy, so I guess that fits. Avoid these spike balls. Get over to this next launch star. And we will get the heck on out of there. Over to the boss. Alright, so this is the first time we're going to see a Luma selling life shrooms and 1-ups. These guys will usually appear right for a boss, so you can choose whether or not you want to spend the 30 star bits for one of the shrooms. It's only 30 star bits, so... I'm actually not going to do it. Alright, so we have our next boss, which is Bouldergeist. Alright, so this guy is actually fairly simple. He comes off very intimidating, but all you want to focus on is avoiding the various rocks that he throws at you other than the dark colored ones, because they will turn into Bomboos, which is the only way you can take this guy out. He's going to throw out these little stone pillar things to kind of block your path. It's not too difficult as long as you stay away from his, mainly far away from his body, and of course avoid all these rocks, and he will go down very simply. Again, the Bomboos, I think this is probably one of my favorite boss fights because, again, I love the utilization of the Bomboos and how they control. Again, it feels very smooth, and it just feels very fulfilling being able to blast open these rocks. And of course, this guy right here, boom! It's just like a big ol', I don't know. We just feel very powerful with those. I just feel like I'm a whole different person here. But anyways, we just want to bust open his rock, and then we'll hit his little tongue there, kind of gross. But he's going to introduce another phase where he has hands. So now this will take on the next phase of the fight. Basically, you just want to avoid his little arm attacks, or his hand attacks there, where he tries to punch you. And, of course, avoid the rocks until you get to the bamboos. And one of those will drop a coin if you need health. And we will destroy his hands. But what we want to do to take him down is destroy his body, but the hands can be taken out. So you can choose whether or not you want to take out the hands first. I think it's pointless unless they're just in your way and you have to take them out anyways, because they will respawn eventually, and it kind of wastes time if you're not hitting his body. They're very easy to avoid. So the main thing they can be annoying with is if you're trying to aim the bamboo at his body, it ends up hitting his hand. That can be kind of frustrating. Overall, this guy is not very complicated, as you can see. Also, if you have multiple bamboos at once, you can do, I believe you can do more damage to his body that way. So that's another tactic that would be wise to use if you're able to do so. But I believe we only have a couple more hits on the guy, and he will be done. Avoid his little punching move. Busts his rock open, and that exposes his tongue. Either his tongue or his uvula, I'm not sure which one. And destroy that, and he will be blasted into smithereens. And that will reveal our next power star. I will see you guys on the next episode.